Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pagan Arsenal. It's time. Finally out here, out in the woods, getting ready to shoot our Shenandoah rifle. Y'all follow me through the build process. Some of y'all showed up a little bit late. Speaking of, if you're here, might as well hit the subscribe button, keep up with me. If you've been here, you stuck around for some reason, so stay around. So what I'm thinking we're gonna do is I'm gonna strap this GoPro to my head and give you all some good first-person shooting footage. I'm gonna do a little narration of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, why I do it the way I do it. And then after that, it's just gonna be a montage of black powder shooting, big clouds of smoke. So yeah, let's get at it. All right, so first thing we gotta do is we gotta set in our powder charge. This is an old flask that I got. It's about a 30 grain spout. I've already got one spout charge in there. What I'm using Pyrodex, the rifle equivalent, the 2FG stuff. So I put 2 spouts in this. We got right around 60 grains. And Pyrodex, it burns a little cleaner. There's a big difference between Pyrodex and True Black. There is a volume difference, there's a weight difference. And so what I like to do, I like to do, you know, about a little bit of an offset. You know, from my experience, from what I've read, 60 grains of Pyrodex is right about 80 grains of black powder, True Black. So there's that. We're gonna take our loading block. We're gonna take our ball starter. Come on. Yeah. Ain't that fun? So the ball starter, not necessarily a necessity, but it helps things along. When it comes to muzzle loaders, you never want to put your hand flat on this and just smack down on it. There is a distinct possibility that you can set off the powder if there is any remaining spark down in there, and it'll send that ramrod straight through your hand. A lot of people will say, oh, that's just FUD lore, you don't know what you're doing. Well, it's happened. Next thing we do, we go ahead and put this to half cock, and we're going to struggle to get our tin of percussion caps open without sending them flying all over the meadow. Set that down tight over the nipple. Gonna tuck our ear pro down. Full cock. Rear trigger. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Now that ain't too bad. All right, so we've backed up some. Yes, that is my stuff over by the stump. I'm not too worried about it. I'm shooting at the clay, not at my stuff. But so we backed up a good bit just to see, you know, if that was just because I was close as hell, or if I actually am doing pretty good with the accuracy on this thing. So got another charge loaded up, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, looks like I got just underneath it. All right, so looks like we figured that we're far enough away so we can sight this thing. And yeah, so it's gonna be a montage of shooting clips for you guys now. I'm not gonna make you guys watch me load this thing every time. You know, it's really hard to pattern a rifle on a tree that's already been shot full of holes by everybody else that comes out here. But I am really happy with this thing. The recoil impulse is nothing. It's black powder. But it's not spitting the nipples out. It's not blowing nipples off. There's not a whole lot of flashback. So, yeah. That looks like I got just underneath it. All right, now for this shot, I put a third charge of powder in here just to see where we can put this round. I'm gonna do this one kneeling. All right. Now, a little side note, the purpose of the lube on the patches, I use a 50-50 mix of beeswax and olive oil. Purpose of all that lube is to keep the fouling from the black powder nice and soft for cleaning. And it actually helps clean it out as you shoot it. If you keep loading, keep shooting, it's actually gonna be taking a whole lot of that fouling out the bore with the next shot. And then it makes cleaning a whole hell of a lot easier when you go to clean it, which I should probably do a video on that too, huh? All right, here we go. Oh, I can't tell if we got it or if we just got right above it. I guess we'll go check. All right, so we hit right above it. Looks like we got right, well, hell, I don't know. This piece of bark was sitting right up here. And looks like that might be it. I don't know. I can't really tell. Can you guys tell? I can't tell. I guess we'll just have to load up and shoot again. A big part of sighting in a muzzleloader is just finding a load that the damn thing likes. Most of it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with the sights. Alrighty, here we are again. And so, another little side note. What I said about finding a load that the rifle likes, as part of your kit for a muzzleloader, you should have a powder measure, a little brass tube, you know, a little adjustable plunger on it with marked increments of how much powder is actually in that little tube. You should be using that to figure out a proper, precise powder charge for your rifle. Now, I do have one, but it's a whole lot of hassle to actually use. When I actually sit down and I finally actually start sighting this thing in seriously, you know, like prepping for a hunting season or whatever, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna make a powder measure for the actual powder charge that I'm going to be using for this muzzleloader. This really is kind of just a fun, you know, get to know the rifle kind of session. But you can make them out of wood, you can make them out of horn, you can make them out of copper pipe, you can whatever you want, as long as it holds the charge that you have chosen for your rifle. You are all good. Let's see if we can actually kill this damn clay. Nope. I have got so much lube built up on this muzzle. It's ridiculous. Look at all that. Most of that ain't even from shooting. Most of that's from loading. Just squeezing out of the patches. Oh well. All right, so as you shoot without cleaning, it is going to get just a little bit harder to load. See that? I'm having to put just a little bit more effort into loading this thing. Not a big deal. Just something to keep in mind. It's not like if you go hunting with one of these things, it's not like you're gonna be shooting 15, 20 rounds anyway. But you know, just something to keep in mind. Also, you'll want to make sure you're not getting primer caps stuck in the hammer like I just did. I always check, but it's not something you want caught up in there. This will be the last one with little side notes. From here on out, it's just gonna be shots until we see that damn clay break. Damn it. Huh. Well, it looks like I'm consistently shooting down and to the left. So, a little bit of Kentucky windage up and to the right, and I might be able to actually hit something with this thing. Well, shit. Ah, I grazed it. Damn it. I'm grouping good enough for a deer, but I want that clay dead.
I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground.
There we go. All right. I had to play with my sights just a little bit. Just a little bit. Can't really do a whole lot for elevation on this thing, but windage, yeah. Had to drift my front sight back to the right just a little bit. No more Kentucky windage. Looks like I've got this figured out. Let's toss another clay up there, see if I do. Yeah! You know what? I think we've got it. Well, I think that about does it for today. So, thanks for joining me out in the woods today, helping me, well, not helping me, but sitting and watching me struggle to get this thing sighted in. We were shooting just shy of 100 yards, so, oh, maybe not 100, maybe, yeah, about 100. So, you know, a lot of people say that muzzle loaders aren't capable of that kind of accuracy. I say bullshit. The Kentucky rifle, you could shoot targets at 500 yards. Black powder can do whatever you want it to do, as long as you know how to use it. So, if you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Hang around for a little while. Don't leave, please. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Get your friends to subscribe. Get grandma to subscribe. Share the video. Do whatever you got to do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.